going to try this again because we got kicked off for some reason, even though it says we have good internet. It's not having good
Technical
connection.
difficulties today. Well, hopefully we can get through a few more things before, if it drops again, and then we'll have to revisit how we do this. But, you know, how we treat each other, how we run our household, right? That's a big part of our culture. Like the way we engage with the world, and like the examples we set as parents, that really sets a big part of our culture, because our kids, they see that and they decide how they're going to engage with the world, right? And then like how we not only engage, but how we like reach out, right? Like the kindness that we exhibit or the service that we render. Those are, I think, big parts of culture. And some of the things our kids said, you know, it's like, we're a family that gets together. You know, we're a family that likes to hang out with extended family. You know, family's a big part. So
I think Garrett said, we're a family who likes to be together. And I thought, yay, something good's happening. We're kind of getting through to them. So I thought that was fun. One other thing I thought was, I think from the time we got married, we really made a big effort of saying please and thank you to each other. And then as we had kids, just being really respectful in that, like always using please and thank you with them. And I know that takes effort, right? To show them that we're a please and thank you family. And I've really liked that. I've appreciated that.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not really, I mean, we'd love to hear from you, like, again, what you find important to your family culture. We're happy to share more too, if you want to put in the comments, if you'd like us to share more, but there is no right answer, right? I think that's part of it. It's just like doing what you sort of feel and being deliberate about what's important to you. And, especially with kids, you know, you want them to have a better life than I want my kids to have a better life than I did. And so I feel like part of doing that is having a culture that sets them up for success.
Yeah.
To have that kind of a life. So one thing we wanted to do, in addition to just kind of give a bit of definition and background, is go into a couple of the dimension examples that we gave in the balanced happiness index. And that's kind of corny, like it's not a body mass index, but just work with us.
It's hard to come up with a name for that.
The BHI. Anyway, Mary's going to share something that she's done and she published a while back around home organization. You know, this kind of relates to chores and things like that.
Yeah, the laundry thing.
Yeah, the laundry thing.
We actually ended up posting it last night. So if you want to look up the what is it called? Infographic. Then you can kind of get an idea and get a reminder of what we're going to be talking about. But what I've had to do is figure out the best way to be efficient doing the laundry. Because, well, and I just feel like so many chores just take a lot of time. And I didn't want to be a family of, like, where there's just me cleaning the house. Really wanted to focus on me being a mom rather than a housewife, I guess is what you'd say.
Or just someone who does chores, right?
Just someone who does chores. And I actually kind of enjoy doing chores, which I know my kids like, what? I like things to be organized, and it doesn't always look like that when you walk into our house, but I do like it that way. Maybe it'll be more that way when we don't have as many kids around tearing things apart. But I do like to clean, so I've got to make a conscious effort to like hang out, and especially when they're asking to play, because I've noticed if they come to ask, Mom, can you hang out or can you play with me? 5 minutes is really like, they're, you know, if you are really in the middle of something, if I stop and go play with them for 5 minutes, then they feel loved and they're kind of good to continue on most of the time. Anyway, and that's probably because we have so many kids to play with each other, so that's been nice too. Okay, so the laundry. It's kind of nice because we have laundry tubs that are the size of that the kids can carry themselves. Yeah, the typical laundry basket is really big, right? Yeah, so we found some small ones just at Target that they can carry even when they're full. Even like our 5-year-old has no problem carrying these when they're full, and it's about a week's worth of laundry, even for our older kids, which is good. Maybe they don't wear washing up clothes, I don't know. Anyway, but we got these little laundry baskets, and they bring down their clothes on laundry day, and which for us is Friday, and I'm able to line up all of our laundry baskets and I have a gigantic laundry or a washer and dryer, and I can put in a few loads. And the cool thing about these laundry baskets as well is that they stack into each other, so that you can not have them just like laying all over in the middle of the aisleway, because that's not fun. So I can lay them out as I'm folding clothes and restack them and put them in our laundry little closet that we've got as we're waiting. But the infographic, I think, will explain things a little bit better when you can kind of see the visuals. But I think the most important part of that is that the kids are involved in the process, so that they're learning that we're a culture of family. Our family culture is one that is, helping each other and doing chores working together. And because there's no way that, just Clint and me can do it all. So they're in charge of bringing their clothes down. Ooh, one thing is their chore for the day on Friday is to clean their room and to vacuum it. And so if they have kept their room clean all week, it's actually kind of a bonus for them, because they can just vacuum and be done. And it's fun for them to be able to say, hey, now because I did the work of taking care of my room all week, my room's clean and I don't have to do a chore on Friday, really. So, except for maybe bring the laundry down and vacuum, which doesn't take long. So,
and that doesn't always happen, right? I mean, the kids aren't great all the time, so we work with them, and try to be patient, and sometimes we aren't that patient. But we
do hang screen time over their heads, and so I felt that's a pretty big motivator. Like they can't use their screens until their chores are done. So that's been helpful. I don't know. Did I explain any of that well enough?
I think so. Yeah. And the point isn't that like laundry is like this big deal, or that it's like a big part of our family culture. It's like how we like run the household. Like the kind of things that we do to make that easier and, maybe a little bit better experience for the family, I think. And so that same principle of like trying to make something easier and a better experience for the family could apply in a lot of different places, right? A lot of different ways, whether it be like, the yard work, or whether it be how we, do homework. Like, if we're a family that watches TV all the time, like while the homework's going on, that might be kind of hard for someone who's trying to get their homework done, right? And so we like try and support each other, and we're not. This is one example you can look at and you can kind of digest in terms of that infographic, but we're also not saying that we're the models, right? The model citizens, but just an idea, or a couple of ideas to help if you want to look to that. So in close, we're going to wind down. I mean, I've been thinking about our family culture, and I think that we have maybe some of the things we talked about, like we're a family that eats together, and I liked what Lisa Thompson shared about spending quality time every day, every night. We got some feedback, a comment in one of our posts, not in the group, but outside the group. We have some things that we do outside this group. And someone was really expressed like some negative energy about how they're too busy to spend time with their family. And I really felt for that person. And we had a good dialogue back and forth a little bit about how it could be a journey, right? It can be something that you aspire to. And if you're too busy because you work 2 jobs, or you have other priorities right now, or maybe you're a single parent and you're just so overwhelmed and it's like, I don't have time, or whatever the circumstances are, right? It can be something to aspire to and really focus on and find ways to, even if it's just a couple minutes a week, even. Like there were times when I was traveling for work where I was traveling and I was gone. So our time was like a phone call on a Friday night, or whatever. Mm-hmm. So just really, we encourage you to the rest of this week and forever for that matter, find ways to define the culture that you really want. If you do have a significant other, a spouse that you can work on this with, that is great too. And include your kids in it, right? And find ways to include them so they feel a part of it. And
see what they really care about. And finding out how they feel loved will help things be more efficient too. Like we've talked a lot about like, how do our kids feel loved? So we can say, well, I know that this person really needs a hug every night. and this person, really appreciates us doing a little service for them, and that's how they feel most loved. And that's true with any person. So if you can find out, and kind of figure out how people feel loved, you can be more efficient in showing love and creating that culture in your family, which is a very important aspect of culture.
Yeah, thanks. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Have a great one.
Yep.
And
See ya.
don't hesitate to share your comments about this live and your family culture. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.